I don't like this ice skating rink being over here because I just looked over and there were like 10 kids just watching me film a video. I didn't like it. So without further ado, let's get into my December haul. This is going to be a long video, really long, so get some coffee, get a beer, get whatever the hell you're drinking. I don't care. I'm not going to judge. You do you. Get some water and sit back, maybe some lunch. Sit back and watch this haul because it's gonna be huge. So the first 7 books are books that I got new, and the first one in that stack is The Feminist Manifesto, 15 Suggestions. The next one is I treated myself to the next issue of Saga. The next book is A Disaster Artist by Greg Sodero. This is an audiobook that me and my boyfriend have been listening to, but for some reason I needed a physical copy, you guys. The next book is the book I got in the Owl Crate, which is Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. If you want to watch that unboxing, I will link it up above. I picked up my own copy of Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I read this for Borrow-a-thon, so I borrowed it from the library, but now I have my own physical copy because Thunderhead is coming out this month. Thunderhead is coming out this month. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm so excited for it. I cannot even wait, you guys. It's gonna be so good. You guys need to pick this one up if you haven't read it yet. It's so good. Hi, Hannah. Hi. Hi. Ooh. Bless you. What's the matter? You were sitting really weird in my arms. Say hi. What's the matter? You stink. Did you fart? The next book was a treat yourself kind of book, and it is the 20th anniversary edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It tells you about your house founder, about the qualities in your house. Like right at the beginning, there's a little tidbit about the ghost, your house ghost, and it's really cool. There's a map of Hogwarts in there. Not to mention, they are colored like your house, and they are gorgeous. These books, whew, they are really cool, and the spine is colored like your house, and I just had to treat myself. I had to treat myself. It was all this Slytherin-y goodness that I needed. So those are the only new books that I got. Now let's get into the paperback swap books that I picked up. So the first book that I picked up was the Heroes of Olympus, the first book in that series by Rick Riordan. This is the year, you guys. I am going to read Rick Riordan this year. I've never read anything by him. It's going to happen this year. I'm going to read the Percy Jackson series probably first, and then I'm going to pick up this. I'm going to read it. My sister demands that I read some Rick Riordan. I also picked up another copy of The Dark Tower. This is not my favorite book. The first one is not that great, but I do plan on continuing with this series. But I picked this one up because it was in really good condition, first off. But this is the edition that has the pictures in it, and I did not have this edition. So the next book was just an add-on book because one of the people that I was getting books from decided that they said I could have another book, and this was the only book that was even remotely interesting, and that is Animal Brigade 3000. This is just a random sci-fi book about like animals that are possess like technology and they're taking over humans. I'm not 100% sure. It looks kind of cool, and I picked it up. I picked up A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. The next 3 books are books 2, 3, and 4 in the Darwin Award series. I actually have read all of these, but for some reason, I don't own 3 and 4 anymore. I don't know what happened to them. And I own 2, but not in paperback, so I picked this one up. But yeah, I picked those up because these are hilarious. They are unique and funny ways that people die. That's it. I'm super morbid. I'm a Slytherin, you guys. I never claimed to be a good person. I laugh at other people's misery. That's who I am. The next book I picked up was My True Love Gave to Me, 12 Holiday Stories. This is by a whole bunch of different YA authors. I also picked up 2 books in the Young Jedi Knight series, the Star Wars Young Jedi Knight series. I actually am reading the first book right now, The Heirs of the Force, and it's alright actually. I'm kind of digging it. These are like YA Star Wars novels, like from back when, and they're actually not too bad. I think these came out in the 90s. I'm kind of digging them. I'm digging them. I'm digging that one at least. So I really do want to continue with the series because I think I have most of them, if not all of them. The next book is a chunker nonfiction book, and this is Atrocitology, Humanity's 100 Deadliest Achievements by Matthew White. So this is just a whole bunch of like are like crusades, and there is wars and revolutions. And I don't know, again, I'm a morbid person. I thought this was really interesting. The next book is actually a book that I just saw Riley hauled, and I think she got it on paperback swap too. Mine is actually a library, like a withdrawal library copy, which I don't care about. I actually really like this noise, and that's like the main thing from library books that I like, so I'm okay with like a used book being in library wrapping. Who cares? But yeah, this is Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. So, are you guys tired yet? We're still going. I have a lot more books. A lot more. So the next batch is from the thrift store. I'm just going to dive into it, you guys, because we still have so many books to go through. I'm just going to go. So the first book is Black Dogs by Ian McEwan. Oh my god, I can't even say normal names. The next one is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. The Nameless Dead by Paul Johnson. Johnny Cash, the autobiography. The second book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan, The Son of Neptune. Book 3 in the Cirque du Freak series. I am still reading Zombie, and eventually I want to get to this series as well. The next one is 7 Gothic Tales by Isaac Dinson. Then I have a couple of nonfiction science books. This is What Has Science Ever Done for Us? What Simpsons Can Teach Us About Physics, Robots, Life, and the Universe. The next book is Getting to Maybe. The next one is book 3 of the Percy Jackson series. I also picked up The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. I picked up I Am American and So Can You by Stephen Colbert. I think this is going to be a really funny read, so I picked this up. I picked up a new edition of Moby Dick. I have an edition over there that I just wasn't digging, so I picked up this edition. 2 more Star Wars books. These are Fate of the Jedi series. Little Women by Louise May Alcott. I also picked up The Federalist by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay. You Are Not a Stranger Here by Adam Hassett. I picked up The Man in the High Castle, which I've already read, but I really like this cover because it is the Amazon original cover, and I like that show a lot better than I liked this book. It's really good. You should go watch it. I picked up Pure Joliet by Stella Gibbons. This was one of my favorite finds, and this is Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, which you know I love her feminist books. I think I'm gonna love this one. One Day Closer to Death, Stories by Bradley Denton. The White by Deborah Larson. Patient Zero by Jonathan Mayberry. Wasn't kidding. This haul is ginormous. Okay, so the next stack is books that my dad gave me to put on paperback swap. He gave me 3 boxes full of books to put on paperback swap, and I found a stack of books out of those boxes that I wanted to keep. So yeah, let's get into that. So there are 2 audiobooks in here. The Captivated by Carrie Jones and The Vacationers by Emma Straub. I like to listen to audiobooks. These are on CD though, so I don't know if these will be that great if I will actually use these in the car, but just in case, I kept them. So the next book is The Ice Opinion. This is about iced tea, not the drink, the rapper. I really like Body Count a lot, which is his metal band that he made back in the 90s, yes. I really like Body Count a lot. But I really wanted to read this, so this is about him. The next book is by Chuck Klosterman. This is Killing Yourself to Live, 85% of a true story. So the next one is Louie Louie by Dave Marsh. This is about the song Louie Louie, actually. The next book is Of Triton by Anna Banks. Prehistoric Journeys, Dreams, Nightmares, and Survival of American Family by April Rhodes James. The next book is Desert Exile, The Uprooting of a Japanese-American Family by Yoshiko Uchidia. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no clue. The next is a graphic novel, Huntress, World's Finest Power Girl. This is Volume 1, Lost Daughters of Earth 2. I don't know. It was just in there, so I grabbed it. I have A Godfather's Revenge by Mark Weingarter. I haven't even read the first one. The first one might be on the Rory Gilmore Challenge. I don't know if this one is or not, so I kept it just in case it's on the Rory Gilmore Challenge. If it's not, I might not keep it because I don't know if I'm gonna like it. The next book is West with the Night by Beryl Markham. This woman, she actually was the first person to fly nonstop from Europe to America. Silver Hill by Phyllis A. Whitney. This is a new novel of suspense. Ooh, a new novel. It doesn't look very new. It's like falling apart. but it looked kind of creepy. Nightshade City by Hilary Wagner. So the next book and last book on this stack is The 39 Deaths of Adam Strand by Gregory Calloway. Okay, so the last stack is actually my books that were gifted to me for Christmas. So there are 4 books here that are actually copies. My sister gave me another copy of this, which I already own. The problem with buying me books is usually I just buy the books for myself anyway, so usually I already have it. Another one that I've already hauled this year, actually, is Black Coffee Blues by Henry Rollins. I already have The Vegetarian by Han Kang. I haven't read it yet, but I do have this as well. And I already have Punk Rock Blitzkrieg, My Life as a Ramon by Marky Ramone. I already have this as well. So let's get into the last book. So I got a Mad look at the 60s. I love these little Mad books. I have a ton of them. I don't think I have this one, though. I got 100 Killer Guitar Riffs. I do play guitar, and my dad gave me this little guitar riff book. It's pretty interesting. It comes with a CD. It's pretty neat. Star Wars Vision of the Future by Timothy Zahn. I don't know if I have this one. If not, I don't have it in hardcover. I don't have a lot of these hardcover ones, mostly because, believe it or not, I actually like the small, like, mass market paperback editions better because they're easier to port around with me, but whatever, I'll keep this. Another Henry Rollins book. This one is Rumitarian. And X-Men books. This is Shadows of the Past by Michael Jan Friedman. Hey, this is like a middle grade book. I don't even remember seeing this in the hall. But anyway, this is Dinosaur Habitat. This is like a middle grade book. And the last one is South Park and the Philosophy. You know I learned something today. This is like philosophy behind South Park. That's it. That is this large haul. Now, I would say that next month will not be as big, but I'm not going to say that because I do have some amazing books that are coming out next month and the month after that. I've already made a book outlet purchase this month. This past month, I've already made a book outlet purchase. I've made 3 Books A Million purchases because I have coupons. So I'd like to say that next month will be lighter, but it probably won't be. So yeah, those are all the books that I got this month. Hopefully I decide to unhaul some of them before my next video comes around, or I read them all before my TBR revisit comes around, because whew, that's a chunker. Anyway, so peace, I'm out. Goodbye guys, I love you. All that stuff. Goodbye.